Hello, everyone, and welcome to the pre-recording session for CHCMHS004. Work collaboratively with care networks and other services. My name is Cheyenne. I'll be your trainer for this week. So this unit focuses on the critical importance of collaboration within the care and support industry, whether you're working in community services, mental health, or related fields, working effectively with various care networks and external services will ensure the best outcomes for clients. The key elements that are covered on this unit are understanding collaborative care, communication strategies, problem solving and advocacy, and coordinating care. So throughout the next fortnight, we'll emphasize real world applications of these principles, equipping you with the tools to excel in collaborative care. Why does collaboration matter? So collaboration allows us to pool resources, expertise, and efforts to deliver holistic care. It ensures clients receive consistent and high quality support tailored to their needs. So as we go through the unit, think about your current or past experiences in working with the other services or care teams. Before we start, I just want to show recognition for the traditional owners of the land. So, in the spirit of reconciliation, Haddon Institute of Education acknowledges the traditional custodians of country throughout Australia and the connection to land, sea, and community. We recognise Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as the first inhabitants of the nation and the traditional custodians of the land on which we work, live, and study. We express our gratitude for the sharing of this land, our sorrow for the personal, spiritual, and cultural cost of that sharing and hope that we may move forward together in harmony and in the spirit of healing. We pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past, present, and emerging. Okay, so as you can see here, there's a BBC mental a history of the Madhouse full documentary. Goes for about an hour. So there are few video links that we recommend for you guys to watch in your own time. This will just further enhance your knowledge about the topic that we are covering. These links will be sent to you guys in an email the day after the live session for this unit. Or you can go on to your portal, look up the learning resources for this unit, and this PowerPoint presentation we will be there as well. So you can open that PowerPoint presentation and you'll have the links there as well. Okay, let's just do a quick overview of today's session. So before we dive into the content, let's take a moment to go over what we will be focusing on during this session. So our discussion is centered around collaboration or collaborating effectively within care networks and other services to deliver the best outcomes for clients. So this is hit on your screen is what we will be covering. So first is collaboratively. So we'll look at what it means to work collaboratively within a care network. This includes effective teamwork, shared goals, and open communication to align efforts with other services. The next one is building resilience. So a key aspect of collaboration is resilience, both for clients we support and for ourselves as care providers. We'll look at strategies for fostering resilience in individuals and the wider community. And the last one there on the screen is care networks and community. So we'll look into understanding care networks and their roles in providing holistic support. This includes identifying key stakeholders, and building strong relationships with community services. Another two areas that we'll be covering today is we're working with the person. So at the heart of all care work is the individual we are supporting. So we'll discuss strategies for building trust and rapport, involving the person in decision making and ensuring their voice is central in planning and service delivery. And the last area that we'll be looking at is legal and ethical aspects. So collaboration also requires a strong understanding of legal and ethical framework that guide our work. We'll look at maintaining professional boundaries, respecting privacy and confidentiality, and understanding our obligations under laws and regulations. Ethical considerations such as fairness, respect, and cultural sensitivity will also be highlighted during today's session. In this section, we'll look into the importance of care networks and communities in supporting individuals effectively. Now, let's look at the key aspects outlined on this slide. The first one is understanding of resources. A strong foundation is knowing what resources are available in the community is crucial. This includes understanding local services, programs, and organizations that can assist individuals and families. Next is ethical obligations. So we have the responsibility to ensure our actions align with ethical standards. This involves maintaining integrity, respecting confidentiality, and prioritizing the best interest of those that we support. Then, the next one there, sorry, is problem-solving skills. So navigating challenges is a core part of working within the care network. Developing strong problem-solving skills allows us to address complex situations and find effective solutions collaboratively. Finally, individual and available services. So every individual has unique needs, and it's essential to match these needs with appropriate services. Building partnerships with community organizations ensures individuals receive the most relevant and accessible support. Okay, let's focus on the critical role care networks and communities that play in supporting individuals holistically. Let's explore the points on the screen. So the first one there is range of supports. A strong care network often includes parents, siblings, general practitioners, and other close connections. These relationships form the foundation of emotional and practical support. Next is helping the individual live an empowered life. Empowerment means enabling individuals to take control of their lives. This involves building their confidence and fostering independence through positive reinforcement. Then we have providing opportunities, offering access to education, employment, and skill building activities ensures individuals can achieve their full potential. We have to ensure that activities are enjoyable, pleasurable. So encouraging participation in enjoyable activities boosts well-being and helps individuals maintain a positive outlook. These activities can be recreational, creative, or social. We need to consider talents and interests. So understanding and nurturing an individual's unique talents and interests can build self-esteem and provide purpose. Tailoring support to their preference ensures engagement and personal growth. Okay, now I just want to provide a chronological overview of how historical and social contexts have shaped care practices over time. Now let's look into the key eras. First one is the 1600s. So during this period, care for individuals in need was often community-based or driven by religious institutions. Practices were influenced heavily by cultural and societal norms of that time. Then we have the 1800s. During this time, the Industrial Revolution brought significant social change, highlighting the need for organized systems of care. Governments and institutions began formalizing care structures, though they were still limited in scope. Then we have the mid-1900s. So the 20th century saw advancement in healthcare, education, and in social services. There was a shift towards more inclusive and rights-based approaches, acknowledging individuals' dignity and autonomy. And then we have the 2000s. So today, during our time, care practices are driven by evidence-based frameworks with a strong focus on collaboration, cultural competence, and person-centered care. Technological advancements have also transformed how services are delivered, making them more accessible. Now, I want to outline the key political changes that have significantly influenced the care sector in Australia. Let's talk about the National Standard for Mental Health Services, 2010. This was introduced to ensure a consistent and a quality approach to mental health services delivered across Australia. These standards emphasize the importance of person-centered care, accountability, and accessibility. Protecting rights. So over the years, governments have worked to safeguard the rights of individuals receiving care. This includes the establishment of anti-discrimination laws, privacy protection, and advocacy for vulnerable populations. Finally, the legal framework. Policies and regulations have been implemented to provide robust frameworks for service delivery. Examples include mandatory reporting laws, workplace safety standards, and legislations that guide ethical practice in the care industry. Okay, recovery-oriented practice. So the three foundational pillars of recovery-oriented practice are highlighted here on the screen. So these pillars guide our approach to supporting individuals in their journey towards well-being and empowerment. So, meaning. So, recovery is about helping individuals rediscover or create meaning in their lives. This can involve identifying activities, relationships, or goals that bring fulfillment and a sense of purpose. For many, meaning is tied to values, cultural connections, and the roles they play in their families or communities. By focusing on what truly matters to them, we can encourage deeper sense of motivation and engagement in life. Next is purpose. Having a sense of purpose is crucial to recovery. It gives direction and helps individuals focus on their goals and aspirations. Purpose could mean engaging in meaningful activities such as education, employment, or volunteering, or even creative pursuits. It's about helping individuals build a life that reflects their ambitions and passions even when challenges arise. Finally, positive sense of self. So recovery is not just about addressing external challenges, it's also about internal growth. A positive sense of self involves building self-esteem, self-worth, and confidence. Many individuals who have faced challenges like trauma, mental health issues, or substance use may struggle with how they view themselves. Helping them see their strengths and abilities allow them to reclaim their identity beyond their struggles. Okay, health promotion and prevention. So here I want to emphasize the core elements of health promotion and prevention, which aim to empower the individuals and communities to take control over their health outcomes and improve overall well-being. So we're going to look at increasing control over and improve overall health. So health promotions is about enabling people to have more control over the factors that affect their health. This involves creating environments where individuals can make informed decisions and adopt healthier behaviors that lead to better long-term outcomes. We need to look at increasing access. So a significant focus of health promotion is removing barriers to health services and resources. This includes improving access to healthcare, education, and support systems so that the individuals, especially those in marginalized or underserviced communities, can obtain the help that they require. We have to look at increasing availability. So beyond access, the availability of resources is very important. Communities need sufficient services, programs, and infrastructure to support health and well-being. Finally, inclusive programs. So this might include mental health services, physical activity programs, or nutrition education initiatives tailored to specific community needs. Health promotions must be inclusive, uh, considering the diversity of populations. The programs have to respect cultural differences and address specific community challenges and ensure no one is left behind. So this slide highlights the importance of adopting a holistic approach when working with individuals, especially in care and support settings. A holistic approach ensures that all aspects of a person's well-being are considered rather than just focusing on isolated issues. So, supporting the whole person. A holistic approach emphasizes addressing physical, emotional, social, and mental and spiritual well-being. Everyone has unique needs based on their personal experience, circumstances, and aspirations, hence why we need to consider their needs. Building trust and forming meaningful relationships are very important. It's about taking the time to understand the person's story, what motivates them, and the challenges they face, which is very why it is very important in getting to know the person. Involvement by family and carers create a support network that fosters better outcomes. Collaboration ensures that the individual's preference and cultural values are also respected. Let's look at the contrasting concepts of empowerment and disempowerment, which play significant roles in how individuals perceive their agency and value in life. Empowerment involves enabling individuals to take control of their lives and make meaningful decisions. Key aspects include decision-making power, access to information. So this is about having relevant information empowers individuals to make informed choices and navigate challenges more effectively. Next is knowing their rights and positive self-image. Disempowerment. So on the flip side, disempowerment erodes an individual's sense of control and worth. And the key aspects include, as you can see on the screen, the inability to make choices or solve problems, limited ability to forge their own path, lack of recognition of value, and difficulty in handling responsibilities. Empowerment should be a primary focus in support work as it fosters resilience, independence, and positive outlook. In contrast, this empowerment undermines personal growth and well-being, often perpetuating cycles of dependence or vulnerability. So here you can see four key values and principles that guide effective practice in supporting individuals and communities. These are interconnected concepts, form the foundation of person-centered care and equitable service delivery. The principle of early intervention focuses on identifying and addressing challenges as soon as possible. Recognizing and respecting the rights of individuals is very important. Everyone has the right to feel safe, with dignity, and the opportunity to thrive. Ensuring that everyone has equal access to necessary resources, services, and supports is also very important. Equity goes beyond equality by addressing the specific needs of individuals or groups. It focuses on providing tailored support to achieve fair outcomes. So together, these values and principles create a holistic approach to care, emphasizing fairness, inclusivity, and proactive support. Okay, further to the last slide, talking about values, and principles. There are three other fundamental principles, which are social justice, inclusion, and citizenship. Uh, so social justice emphasizes fairness and equity in society, ensuring that every individual, regardless of background, has access to opportunities and also resources. Citizenship highlights the right and responsibilities of individuals within a community. It fosters a sense of belonging and participation. And inclusion. This ensures that all individuals, regardless of their ability, identities, or circumstances, feel valued and supported. The holistic approach emphasizes looking at the individual as a whole. This means addressing not just their physical health, but also their emotional, social, and spiritual needs. For example, if someone is struggling with mental health, it's not enough to provide medication. We need to also think about their social support system and cultural needs and emotional well-being. So care coordination is important in ensuring individuals receive the right care at the right time, tailored to their unique needs. So let's look at family-based care. This approach emphasizes the role of the family in providing ongoing support and care for individuals, particularly in cases involving children, older adults, or those with disabilities. The goal is to maintain a stable and familiar environment that enhances emotional and psychological well-being. The second model is shared care programs. This involves collaboration between different healthcare or support providers, ensuring coordinated approach to care. The third model is the transitional care model. This focuses on providing structured support during transition, such as moving from hospital to home or from youth service to adult care. Now, let's discuss legal and ethical consideration, which is a very important topic that ensures our practice is both safe and professional. I want to highlight three interconnected areas, which is WH&S, rights and responsibilities, and work role boundaries. At the core of every workplace is WH&S, which involves ensuring a safe environment for employees, clients, and stakeholders. This includes identifying potential risks, implementing preventative measures, and adhering to established safety protocols. Everyone in the workplace has specific rights and responsibilities. For workers, this might mean the right to a safe work environment, access to necessary resources, and protection from harm. Finally, let's talk about work role boundaries. These define the scope of what is appropriate and expected within your role. For example, maintaining clear boundaries ensures professional relationships with clients and colleagues, avoiding conflicts of interest and seeking guidance if a task exceeds your expertise. Okay. So further to the last slide, there are other principles to consider that guide how we interact with individuals and ensure we are fostering an environment that upholds respect, fairness, and safety. So let's talk about duty of care. Now, this is a fundamental principle in our role. It refers to our legal obligation to ensure that safety and well-being of those we support. This means actively identifying and mitigating risks to prevent harm, whether physical, emotional, or psychological. Respecting human rights means recognizing the inherent dignity and equal rights of every individual. This includes ensuring that individuals have autonomy in decision making and their personal preferences are respected. Dignity of risk. Now, this concept acknowledges The individuals have the right to take risks as part of their personal growth and autonomy. While our duty of care requires us to minimize unnecessary risk, we must balance this by supporting individuals to make their own choices. We must remain vigilant against any form of discrimination, whether based on race, gender, age, disability, or any other characteristics. Discrimination undermines equity and inclusive environments, which are central to our ethical responsibilities. So, another few areas that need to be considered and are interconnected elements are mandatory reporting, privacy, confidentiality, and disclosure, and records management. So, mandatory reporting is a legal obligation that requires us to report specific concerns, such as abuse, neglect, or risk of harm to vulnerable individuals, particularly children or those with disabilities. Privacy, confidentiality, and disclosure involves safeguarding personal information shared with us, whether it's a client's health records or sensitive details about their life. This information must be kept confidential unless disclosure is legally required. For instance, during mandatory reporting, balancing confidentiality with disclosure can be complex, but it is essential to always follow organizational policies, ethical guidelines, and legislation like the Privacy Act. Accurate and secure record management is very important also for maintaining transparency and accountability. Keeping detailed records not only support effective service delivery, but also protect both the client and the worker in the case of audits, disputes, or legal inquiries. Understanding mental health legislation is essential for everyone working in the mental health sector. These legislative frameworks provide the legal and ethical boundaries that ensure safe, equitable, and effective care for individuals within mental health concerns. So, the Mental Health Act 2014 is the cornerstone piece of legislation in many jurisdictions. It defines the rights of individuals experiencing mental health issues and establishes the responsibilities of professionals providing care. Code of Practice offers practical guidance for implementing the principles outlined in mental health legislation. These codes are not legally binding but serve an important reference for best practice in areas such as patient care, professional conduct, and organizational procedures. Policy frameworks translate the legislation into actionable strategies for organizations. Mental health standards ensure a consistent level of care across the service. They focus on outcomes for individuals and the quality of service delivery. Care networks play a pivotal role in supporting individuals and communities, ensuring that their care provided to them is holistic, effective, and collaborative. On your screen are some key components when it comes to roles and the importance of care networks. Now, at the core of every successful care network is team or teamwork. So this means fostering open communication, respecting diverse roles and expertise, and working collaboratively to achieve shared goals. A critical part of care networks involves identifying, assessing, and managing risks. This requires thorough understanding of the individual's circumstance and potential challenges and vulnerability. Active listening is the foundation of trust and understanding in any care relationship. It involves fully concentrating on what the person is saying and acknowledging their feelings and responding thoughtfully. Let's look at the various roles within care networks um, and how they contribute to an individual's support and well-being. So natural supports include relationships with people already in individuals' lives, such as neighbors, co-workers, or community members. Peer support comes from those who have shared similar experiences. This forms of support can be transformative as it provides empathy and understanding. The role of family, friends, and care is vital. So these are often the closest and most consistent sources of support. Finally, formal services include healthcare providers, social workers, and support organizations. Collaboration is essential in creating effective support systems, and it is guided by three critical approaches. As you can see on the screen, self-direction, person-centered practices, and strengths-based perspectives. Self-direction is all about empowering individuals to take the lead in decisions that affect their lives. It emphasizes autonomy, enabling people to identify their own goals and choose how to achieve them. Person-centered collaboration shifts the focus to the individual's unique needs, preferences, and values. Finally, the strength-based approach focuses on what an individual can do rather than what they cannot. It identifies their capabilities, talents, and resources and builds upon them to promote resilience and independence. Supporting individuals effectively involves not only understanding their needs, but also empowering them with the right tools, information, and actions. For example, empowerment. This is at the heart of support work. It's about giving individuals the confidence and resources to take control of their own lives. When we empower someone, we're not just offering solutions, we're enabling them to discover their own. Support should always aim to be self-directed. So this means placing the individual in the driver's seat of their own journey. Our role is to guide, not to dictate. The recovery-oriented approach emphasizes building a meaningful life. Regardless of challenges, it's about fostering hope and resilience, focusing on what an individual can achieve rather than what they cannot. Providing meaningful support to individuals requires a combination of practical strategies and empathetic communication. This here you'll see areas that focus on three essential areas, which are therapeutic relationships, sharing information and resources, and offering emotional support. Building a strong therapeutic relationship forms a foundation of effective support. This means establishing trust, demonstrating empathy, and actively listening to the individual's needs. Providing clear, accurate information and access to resources is very important. This empowers individuals to make informed decisions and access the support they need. Finally, emotional support is very important in helping individuals navigate stress, grief, or uncertainty. This involves acknowledging their feelings, offering encouragement, and reinforcing their strengths. Okay, so before we conclude today's session, just want to do a quick recap of the key topics we covered, um, which forms the foundation of effective care and collaboration in our work. We explored the importance of teamwork and shared goals by leveraging diverse skills and perspectives. We looked at resilience as a very important point, so both for the individual we support and for ourselves as practitioners. Strategies to foster resilience include self-advocacy, hope, and building strong support systems. Care networks are integral to holistic support. So by understanding and utilizing these networks, whether family, community resources, or professional services, we can then enhance the lives of those that we support. We looked at a person-centered approach, emphasizing their unique needs, preferences, and goals. Finally, we looked at the critical roles of legal and ethical considerations, whether it's upholding confidentiality, managing risk, or understanding duty of care. Now, these topics interconnect to form a comprehensive approach to care. As we move forward in the next week or two, I encourage you all to reflect on how you can apply these principles in your own practice to drive positive, impactful change. Thank you for everyone for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's session. If you've got any questions, please reach out, or you can reach out to SLO and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next session.